Taki taki rumba.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Women's Wrestling Edition, and my guest for this week's show was none other than freshman standout on the women's wrestling team here at Menlo College, Alleida Martinez. Alleida, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. Let's start by talking a little bit about yourself. Now, a few weeks ago, I had Gracie Figueroa, your high school teammate and now Menlo teammate, on the team, and she talked about what it was like having you here at Menlo College with her. Now I have you on the show, so I'm going to ask you the same question. What's it like having someone like Gracie make the transition from high school to Menlo with you?
It's great. I really love her, and we've been together ever since like we both started wrestling. We just learned to grow with each other. We were the two girls just wrestling on the guys' team, and it's really great having her here, knowing I can go to someone to talk to. Mm-hmm. When I need anything, she'll be there. So. Now,
she did make sure to mention that she is the older sister between the two of you. Do you agree with that?
She is older. My birthday's in April and hers is in January, so yeah.
Kind of,
yeah.
Okay. And she's also just a little bit taller than you,
yeah.
I think. So in that sense, I get it. Now, you're an April birthday.
Yep.
I'm an April birthday. When's your birthday?
The 4th.
I'm the 6th.
Oh, shit.
So very close to having the same birthday with Alleida Martinez. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
And just a happy accident to stumble onto to begin the interview. That would have been great. Now, I also have to ask about Sal's, because Gracie talked about Sal's and saying how it was the best Mexican restaurant in the planet. Do you agree with that?
Not as good as my mom's food, but it's like the next big thing. Yeah, it's like a restaurant in the middle of like nowhere in Selma, but like everybody loves to go there. It's great. Yeah.
I feel like as a whole, Selma is just in the middle of nowhere, though, right?
No. Yeah, kind of.
I mean, it kind of is. So Sal's is kind of like just a subset of the town in itself. Mm-hmm. But I like how you say that your mom's cooking is, of course, number one, because let's be honest, to all the moms out there, you make food better than everybody else, and certainly, I'm sure, better than a restaurant. But Sal's number 2 sounds like a pretty good option if you're asking me. All right, let's talk about the team here a little bit. WCWA Nationals finally arriving this week, and this year Menlo ranked number 1 in the WCWA. Is that going to put any extra pressure on you ladies going into the tournament?
No. I feel like we all knew we were going to be number 1. Like, coming in, we all knew we were going to be on top. We also knew that we were going to have to work really hard to continue to be on top, and we're all going to be on our game that day.
And you've been ranked number 1 in the NAIA virtually all season, so of course that's no extra pressure right there. You're used to this. You're used to having the target on your back, and so far this season, done a pretty good job handling that. So many women on this team have had absolutely stellar seasons, yourself included. Who are you looking to come out and deliver a really big performance at Nationals?
I believe Iman. I know she can do it. She works really hard in the room, and just in general, and if she keeps pushing hard, she can win.
Ranked up there near the top in the WCWA, and wouldn't that be a fantastic thing for her after her year ended short last season with the elbow injury, to come back in her senior year and potentially go out on top?
Yep.
I'd say that'd be pretty darn special. Yeah. Now, none of this would be possible if it weren't for the coaching of Joy Barang and the rest of his staff. How have they continued to make you ladies even better every single week, if that's even possible?
They just continue to push us, but as well as like listening to us and listening to our bodies when we need to rest and stuff. So it's just they know how to, like, I don't know how to explain, but it's just like they really know how to cooperate with us and like listen to us when we need breaks and stuff. So it helps us keep going. Like last week, they also made like a video of like all of our families, and it was just like a really touching video, and it was like it helped us to continue going through this like hard struggle that we're going through.
Absolutely. Now, last question on Nationals as we wrap this thing up. How satisfying would it be to bring Menlo College its first ever national championship?
That's a good question. That's like history. I don't know. It's just unexplainable. Yeah.
It's something completely surreal,
Yep.
I'm sure, to be a part of. And you have an opportunity to do it again in a month at the NAI National Championship. So you have 2 opportunities to bring home 2 national championships, and we're certainly pulling for you ladies this week in Georgia. So let's get to the final segment of the show now. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. Give me your best answers. Okay. Question number 1, which teammate would make the best sibling aside from Gracie, who basically already is a sibling?
Yep. I'd have to say Hiba, just because she's like my wrestling partner and she's super funny. We always have like good talks, and I know with her it would be like having a great time all the time.
Do you think you would have the natural sibling little fights that would go on?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like we already have. Yeah.
Of course, especially if you're spending so much time with somebody, that's just bound to happen. Like I'm sure you and Gracie have those at times.
Yep.
As much as we don't see that, of course, you know, it's always fun to dig at each other a little bit. Question number 2, which teammate is most likely to think that Sal's really isn't that great?
I'd have to say Megan, just because she's like Asian cultured, and I tried to like take her to Mexican restaurant and stuff, but it's just different. Like she tries to take me to Asian places, and it's like we're just not used to that yet, maybe, but maybe she'll, I don't know.
Just not quite her speed.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you got to bring her over there to Sal's
Yeah,
one time just
I
to
will.
completely change her mind on that. I still need to get up there to Sal's.
Oh yeah, you do.
I'll probably wait till the summer when I actually have the time to go out there to the middle of nowhere, to Selma. But when the time comes, I'm going to go to Sal's, and maybe we'll do like a summer unrooted from Sal's and just watch me eat food. That's probably very boring and no one wants to see that, but hey, it's worth the shot. And then question number 3, which teammate will bust out the greatest dance move if Menlo wins the title?
Brittany.
Really?
Yeah.
She has some good dance moves?
I just know she'll do something. I don't know if they're the best, but she will have something.
She's going to be the one who's bringing a lot of energy,
Yeah.
a lot of hype, bouncing up and down off the walls.
Yes.
And why not? She's a 4-year senior.
Yep.
She's worked for it. She deserves to celebrate a little bit if the time comes. Alleida, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and best of luck at Nationals this week. I will be making the trip with the women's wrestling team as they compete for their first ever national championship, the WCWA National Tournament in Marietta, Georgia at the Cobb Civic Center. It's this week, Friday and Saturday, February 8th and 9th. You can check in on Menlo Athletics social media channels where I will be posting updates all weekend long, perhaps getting some interviews with wrestlers like Alleida Martinez after they win their matches. And, well, just stay tuned to see what happens this coming weekend for the WCWA Nationals. And we'll have one more Unrooted to follow afterwards for the women, that before the NAI National Championship. And that's when Alleida Martinez will select the final interviewee in 2019 by me, Brian Brownfield, right here on the show. Until then, we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.
Aquí